What's up, everybody? Brickhouse here on a Monday. Back from vacation. Vegas was awesome. FMT meetup. I was there Wednesday. Incredible. Back, a little under the weather. But what do you expect when you fly? When you fly, you get sick. So, while I was gone, Alan Ritchson, however you pronounce his last name, made a couple little headlines. You know, he's the star of Reacher. He's got a new movie coming out, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Also been in Smallville, played Aquaman. Was in Titans as Hank Hawk Hall. Well, he was doing an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. More specifically, The Hollywood Reporter's Chris Gardner. And, yeah, he didn't hold back. Now, opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one. Whether you agree with it or disagree with it, he's got a right to say it. My opinion about his opinion, he should have kept his mouth shut. He did the Hollywood leftist responses when it comes to something political or something in the realm of politics. So I'm taking this from Bounding into Comics. Reacher star Alan Ritchson baffled at religious support for Donald Trump. He is ist and a con man. And yet the entire Christian church seems to treat him like he's their poster child. So according to the article here, Spencer Bakuli, in lobbing an admitted grenade into the current American political discourse, Reacher star Alan Ritchson has revealed that not only does he believe that Donald Trump is ist, can't say that word on YouTube, and a con man, but he also finds the Christian right's support for the politician to be downright, quote unquote, unreal. So here's what he had to say. I'm a Christian quite simply because of what Jesus calls us to do. Love other people until death. Doesn't mean we're all to be hung on a cross, but how can I suffer for you? Explained the Reacher star. That is a beautiful thing. He then opined that Christians today have become the most vitriolic tribe. It is so antithetical to what Jesus was calling us to be and to do. The actor took aim at the ever-rising level of support for former U.S. President Donald Trump and has consistently held and continues to hold among Christians, lamenting Trump is at ist and a con man, yet the entire Christian church seems to treat him like he's their poster child, and it's unreal. I don't understand it. Then he goes on about atrocities happening in the church. Those atrocities have been well documented over the last few years. Now, this isn't the first time he stepped into a, political realm. Back a couple of years ago, November 2022, the actor announced that he would be deleting his personal Twitter account in protest to what he believed was Elon Musk's active allowance of midterm election manipulation on the platform. Explaining his decision in a video posted to his Instagram account, Ritchson asserted there was a king who loved wine and generously wanted to lavish upon the good citizens of his kingdom his love of wine, and so he invited all the villagers far and wide from the countryside to his castle for a feast. And so the banquet hall was filled on feast day with friends and strangers alike, everybody eagerly awaiting to taste the king's prized wine. As the king asked the good citizens to have a seat around the banquet hall table, he began to pour wine, but he poisoned a few glasses along the way. Some of the citizenry noticed this and asked the king why he was poisoning the cups. And he said, this is essential that everybody enjoy the wine as is whether it's poison or not. And of course, you can imagine his kingdom lost a few citizens that day. This is who Elon Musk is as a free speech absolutist. He then revealed the reason behind his telling of the above story, knowing that some of the cups are going to be poisoned and insisting that we all partake in this feast together anyway will not bode well for all of us. There must be some intolerance for the poisoned cups among us, he asserted. We cannot be tolerant of everything. That's the tolerance paradox. It requires us to be intolerant of the intolerant. As a free speech absolutist, Elon Musk believes that all speech, whether it's hate speech or misinformation, something that he has a penchant for, should proliferate his site. The actor continued. He recalled on the Santa Monica Observer, a propaganda site with low credibility rating by the MBFC. That's the Media Bias and Fact Check Organization. Needless to say, the Santa Monica Observer is rated pretty low, sourcing some fake news, lack of ownership transparency, and of course, nobody can find who the owner is. Needless to say, Elon has crippled the midterms, the actor further argued, so this is politically motivated. The tools that his employees were using to use content moderation and policy enforcement tools that would manage hate speech and misinformation. So crippling that and obviously relying on sources like the Santa Monica Observer makes Twitter a hotbed for misinformation. So, you know, Alan, do you know who your audience is? It's not the Hollywood elites who you're pandering to here. See, this is typical of someone who is in Hollywood and starts to make their opinion known and shows their true colors. And in this case, you're pandering to the Hollywood elites, so you keep getting those cush jobs. See, people like Neil McDonough didn't pander. John Voight didn't pander. Granted, they don't get the big gigs like they used to. And it's because they've held to their beliefs. And they espouse those beliefs. Oh, and by the way, Alan, you know, one of the comments down here by Stanthaman. I hear what you're saying about Trump, but it has never been proven that he is a ist. Also, who or what has he conned? In other words, where's the receipts, Alan? My wife and I really enjoyed watching the first 2 seasons of Reacher, and we really appreciate that you're a Christian. We are as well. So that brings up the question, who are you to judge Trump? Exactly. You yourself perform in certain scenes with co-stars, and we find that decidedly unchristian behavior. So I suggest that you judge not lest ye be judged. If you walk back these comments, we might, in all capitals, watch the next season of Reacher. Otherwise, you get the point. Another comment here. Oh, it's the actor that fled from Twitter because mass leftist censorship was finally getting stopped. Never listen to professional liars. And a reply to that post on this article is, he and the rest of Hollywood's opinions are bought and paid for. It's their job to pretend to be someone else. So how are to ever trust them? See, just I'll say it at the beginning of the video. I'll state it again. You can have your opinion. That's fine. I could agree with you or not agree with you. In this case, I don't agree. Now, I like Alan Ritchson as an actor. I think he's perfect in the role of Reacher. I thought he was decent in Fast 10. Thought he was good in Smallville. Thought he was decent in Titans. But understand your audience. That's something I learned in sales a long time ago, is you play to your audience. Understand your audience. So there you have it. Alan Ritchson and his little meltdown last week. What do you guys think? Comment down below. while you're doing that, if you would, please take the time to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And with that, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you for taking your time out of your day to watch. And with that, I will see you in the next one.